Brooklyn Independent Television.
At sporting events, photographers always hope to capture that freeze-frame moment that will last until the end of time. But at Studio EIS, they bring still life to sports figures with an artistic flair.
Studio EIS is a sculpture studio that's been in continuous operation since almost 1977. Studio EIS stands for Elliot and Ivan Schwartz. When we began our working together, we called the studio Elliot and Ivan Schwartz. But after we worked for a couple of years, we realized we needed something that was a little bit more businesslike. So we call it Studio EIS, which is perhaps a little confusing sometimes because people think it's ICE, as in ICE, but it's EIS. And we're located in the DUMBO section of Brooklyn, and we were fortunate enough to find space in this area before it turned into what it is now, which is a fantastic residential neighborhood on the bank of the river. Actually, this is our third studio, essentially on Washington Street, and we have been here for approximately 23 years. We have about 10,000 square feet here, and the studio is broken up into many, many different spaces. This studio is very flexible, so it changes depending on the project. We've been involved with a very interesting museum in Puerto Rico called the Puerto Rico Museum of Sport, and we've been working with them for maybe 7 or 8 years, doing a number of portrait figures every year for them. We started with a group of, I think, about 15. Very many famous Puerto Rican athletes, some we would all know, others not. So we've had a great relationship with them over the years, and we'll continue to work with them.
We're here at Studio EIS. We're in the shop part of the studio, and this is a figure for Puerto Rican Sports Museum. This is Diego Lizardi. He was a gymnast on their Olympic team. He passed away, I think, 2 years ago, so we were asked to make a sculpture of him in his prime, and we did this by using photographic references that were taken of him at the time to sculpt his portrait, to get his skin color, to make a wig of his hairstyle. He will be wearing a gymnast leotard and be on display in the museum in Puerto Rico.
We had done a number of projects for a very well-known design firm called Tremaeff and Geismar Partners. And they contacted us because they had the commission to do the design for the new Yankee Stadium Museum. And they asked us if we do 2 portrait sculptures, one of Yogi Berra and Don Larson, for the World Series in which Don Larson pitched a perfect game. They came to the studio with some of the folks from the Yankees team, and we discussed the project, decided how we would do it, and executed the 2 portraits, which were then cast in a metallic fiberglass and then installed at the Yankee Stadium Museum. I think the strength of our studio is the incredible range. If you go to our website, which is www.studioeis.com, you'll see a tremendous range that I don't think you'll see in any other studio. And we are talking about, world-class sculpture. I would say that it's a tremendous privilege to be part of this experience. The history of the studio is really quite amazing.
Download this program's podcast on iTunes. Keywords Brooklyn Independent Television.